I went to see my girl last night, met her at the door. Shoes and stockings in her hand, little feet's all on the floor.
Community, Elliott here, Lazy Dogs Records, and I just got this album in, so I wanted to share it with you. This is Rhiannon Giddens and Justin Robinson, and What Did the Blackbird Say to the Crow? A great acoustic album that I'm extremely excited about, and I hope you will be too. Now, this album is on None Such Records. It just came out in mid-April, and it's subtitled here, Fiddle and Banjo Music from North Carolina. So it's a brand new release on None Such, 2025 release, not a reissue. This is brand new material, and that's part of what's gotten me really excited. Just talk about the general aspects of the record first. Very reasonably priced, $21 on the None Such site. Of course, you're going to pay for some shipping and tax and things like that. So, but it should run you under $30. And if you buy it at a brick and mortar, maybe closer to 25. The jacket is a nice jacket, great photograph here. And on the back. And it comes with an even better photograph on the liner notes. Okay. Listing of all the tunes on there with several more pictures, and a little about the project and the artists and the music that is being played inside the liner notes here. It is what I prefer, black vinyl, for a number of reasons. Most importantly, black vinyl, because it's so much easier to maintain than colored vinyl. You can see what you're doing when it comes to cleaning it and such things as that. I really like the feature on here. The inner sleeve is a poly inner inside the white paper exterior, and that means I don't have to replace the inner sleeve. I can continue to use that the way it was intended. Production on this album, Rhiannon Giddens did the production, produced it along with Joe Bass, DeJarnett, and DeJarnett engineered it and mixed it over in Floyd, Virginia, and it was mastered by Amy Dragon at she was in Portland, Oregon, where she did the mastering there at Telegraph Studios, I guess it is, mastering. And these are field recordings, as you saw in the introduction here. They were on site recording this at three locations over a 3-day period in May of 2024. So almost a year ago. They were in Morganton in the foothills of the western Piedmont, foothills of the mountains of North Carolina, at Etta Baker's home, and at Joe Thompson's home in Mebane in central North Carolina, the Piedmont of North Carolina, and at Mill Prong House and Preserve in Red Springs, North Carolina, which is in the Sandhills area of North Carolina, the southeastern part of the state, not really too far from where, or none of these sites are really that far from where I'm sitting right now, especially Mebane and Red Springs. The background on this recording, now, these two artists composed 2/3 of the original Carolina Chocolate Drops. Dom Flemings is the other member, the original Carolina Chocolate Drops. They got their start because they had an interest in black string band music, the banjo and fiddle especially. And they attended a black banjo conference at Appalachian State University, my school I graduated from. I'm an alumnus there, and which is in Boone, North Carolina, in the mountains of North Carolina. And they came from different parts of the country. Uh, Robinson and Giddens from here in North Carolina, and Flemings from Arizona, and they with a great desire and curiosity about the banjo as an instrument of black culture, and they there met each other and met Joe Thompson, who was a string band uh, performer from Mebane, and he's kind of the last of the originals, a person that had learned it as a part of their community coming up, and had preserved all those tunes, so on and so forth. So uh, they played as the Carolina Chocolate Drops for a number of years, more than a decade, and became very successful. But the origins of the band, uh, after meeting in Boone, they met with Joe Thompson at his home in Mebane most Thursdays for a long time, where he mentored them. And thus the band originated from that. So it's really great to see these two members uh, of the Carolina Chocolate Drops working together again. And they have done some reunions, Dom Fleming's joining them, and some other later members of the Chocolate Drops joining them for some reunion shows of late. So I'm glad to see that they're working together a little bit now. Now, Justin is the one that we really didn't hear that much about. Rhiannon Giddens went on and did all kinds of excellent solo work and work with other people. T-Bone Walker produced some of her albums. She's gained a huge amount of acclaim over the years, and has produced uh, a wide variety of music over the years that is, just she's become very well known, very successful. She's also written opera. She's written plays, musical. She's done a lot of historical research. Her sweet spot historically is from that period, from emancipation to the just before the dawn of the recorded age, because I'm glad she's doing that research and learning more, and sharing that with all of us, because that's music that we really don't know much about at all about, because there are no recordings of it. But so she's done a whole lot in a lot of different ways, a lot of international, a lot of world music, uh, all kinds of things, just a huge variety. But Justin has not been on the radar as much. Now, Don Flemings has been a very successful songster and produced albums, or put out albums for the Smithsonian and other labels, and is preserving, for instance, black cowboy music and all kinds of things like that. So those two have been very high profile, but Justin has been less so since the Chocolate Drops uh, disbanded. So I was curious to hear more from him. But what I found was, it wasn't that he lost his muse or anything. It's just that he's been involved in lots uh, of other endeavors that aren't necessarily musical, uh, land preservation, preserving the foods and the history and the cultural aspects of rural black uh, folks. And he's got uh, is part of a collective that has purchased land and is trying to preserve that and that sort of thing. So I'll put a link to an organization he's involved in down below, so you can check that out if you want to. So this is, it's good to see that Justin Robinson is playing some music more prominently. Not that he quit playing music, but that we're seeing something from him. Now, this album is extremely important, not just really, really good. And it's unique that we're getting a label like None Such, which is known for artists that aren't, extremely commercially mass consumption artists. But even at that, they are owned by Warner, so they're a big label, and they've released this album of field recordings of fiddle and banjo tunes that give us a glimpse into the past, but it's not like an historical preservation uh, project where it's a museum piece. This involves the continuation of the music into the 21st century and beyond. Hopefully, uh, an opportunity to hear creativity that is is heartwarming to hear. To be honest with you, and it's opening our eyes as a general society uh, to, and a very diverse society, to the contributions made by people like Joe Thompson, and here he is with his brother Odell in 1987, and you get a glimpse at his original music, and you can see why. And what we're talking here is black string band music, rural music made for uh, entertainment within the family, made for entertainment within the community, uh, stuff that was played in people's parlors and on people's porches, stuff that was made at cookouts, fish fries, parties, dances, so on and so forth. And so we get a real glimpse at that with this excellent recording. It's both a tribute to Joe Thompson and it's also a progression of his music and others that we don't know about. People that were playing this music in, you say, 1885, 1910, 1940, and even uh, to all the way to today. And so very, very, very important. And it's fun music. It just, you know, I'm not saying buy this record because it's important. I'm saying buy this record because it's entertaining. It is fun. It is just what better music can you imagine than banjo and fiddle tunes? Now there are 18 tunes here. The arrangements on about half of them, a little less than half of them, are the Joe Thompson arrangements. So the songs that the tunes that he taught them uh, in their younger days, and the others are arranged by Justin or Rhiannon or both of them. About half of them have some lyrics. Now, it's probably important to say here, don't call this bluegrass. This is not bluegrass music, and it's not intended to be. And my pet peeve is that so many people take anything acoustic or anything rural or anything that has a fiddle or a banjo in it and automatically says it's bluegrass music. No, no, no. This is string band music. This is old time music. They're playing this music with the banjo and the fiddle playing together, not with each stepping out for solos as you would hear in bluegrass music. The structure of the songs are different. Uh, it's all fiddle and banjo, and there are about 3 tracks where Rhiannon Giddens' nephew is playing bones, adding some percussion with the bones there. Now let's hear one more example from this great album. Here's "Going to Raleigh."
Rip it down. Okay.
Particular song was recorded at Mill Prong House and Preserve in outside of Red Springs in Hope County, North Carolina, the Sand Hills region of North Carolina. Nice setting. One of the things you get with this album is you get all the sounds, including birds, uh, cicada, uh, noise, the noise of the cicada insects, all kinds of things within this. So it's what you, well, there you have it. A quick look at this excellent brand new release from Rhiannon Giddens and Justin Robinson. What did the Blackbird say to the crow? What Rhiannon Giddens and Justin Robinson, great new release. If you enjoy acoustic music, then this is an album I highly recommend you pick up. You will not be disappointed. So I'll leave you now and remind you, everybody, be kind to your neighbors. Love your neighbors, because we're all neighbors. And we've got to love our brothers and our sisters. Take care.